Hello, class. My name is Faisal Ahmed, and I am your teacher for ENG4U Summer School here at Emory Adult Learning Center. So, uh, welcome to the class. If you're seeing this video, then you've made it to the course website, and you are very much in the right place. So, today we're just going to be taking care of some intro stuff and talking about how this course is going to work, and then after that I'll be posting another video about grammar and some of the basics that you need to have in hand in order to do well in this course. So let's start from the beginning here. So I'm Faisal. I teach grade 12 university at Emory normally. Some of you may have met me in person before all of this pandemic stuff started. Some of you might not know me at all. Either way, I'm very pleased to meet you all. So, this is a summer school class, meaning that it's going to be a really, really quick course, right? It's 3.5 weeks, essentially. Our final assignment is going to be due on July 29th, as I recall. So what that means for you is that this course is going to be very, very intense, right? It is essentially trying to cram 9 weeks worth of work, which is your normal quad, into just 1 month, right? Or 3.5 weeks rather. So you're going to be working a lot over the next week, right? Over the next 3.5 weeks. Uh, and, there's going to be lots of work to do. I'll go through the course outline in a moment. But the thing to know is that when you're taking a course like this, right, in summer school, which is on such a tight schedule, you can't really take your eye off the ball. What I mean by that is you can't think, I don't want to check, that course website today. I'll just look at it, tomorrow or the day after, or maybe I'll like catch up next Sunday, right? If you say that, you're gonna find yourself in big trouble because you're gonna have something to do in my class basically every day, right? You can expect to do a couple of hours of work every day, right? You'll expect to have to read short stories. You're going to be doing Othello, right, as your play. So you're going to have quite a bit of work to do. So what that means for you is that you've got to be on the ball. You've got to know what you're here for, and make sure you're a part of this class every single day. So let's look at what this class is actually like. So this is the course website, right, where everything is going to be posted as we go along here, right? And I'm not going to be using everything from the course website, right? This is sort of a new system, right? So there's sort of a lot of bugs to work out. But for now, we've got this button here, which we can click, labeled content, right? And we've got here this, there's 3 categories so far. You guys can't even see short stories yet. But you've got your introduction to the course section there, and we're just going to look at this thing, which has the course outline, right? And you guys can access this at any time if you want to see this for yourself. So, the course outline is here, and let me go through it, right? It's got your course description, it's got your contact info, and all that stuff. So, first of all, every day, right, I'm going to be posting one of these videos, usually first thing in the morning, right? So when you wake up in the morning, you're going to see a video by me posted on the website, right, talking about whatever short story, paragraph, essay, Othello thing that we're doing for that day. Most of my videos, or well, some of my videos will be new, and some of them will be things that I recorded last quad, right? Because I taught the same course last quad, so, I've already recorded some of the videos already, which is nice for me. So you'll be able to tell them apart, by the way, because right now I have short hair, and in old videos I have long hair, right? So below this video, you're going to see a video on grammar, right? And you're going to notice my hair is longer in that, and that's because I finally went and got a haircut yesterday, right? So there you go. You'll be able to tell when something's old and when something's new. Nevertheless, here's how it's going to work. So in the morning, you're going to get a video, right? Like just like this, maybe 2 videos sometimes, right? That you'll watch one after the other, right? But every day you're gonna get one video or another. In those videos, right, I'll talk about whatever we're doing in the class. And then from 2 to 3 p.m., I'm going to be available, right, for you to drop by a virtual classroom in order to talk to me face to face, or well, not face to face, but camera to face, or at least microphone to my face, or something. You guys know what I'm talking about. So let me show you how that works. So from the website, right, you've got this button here, Virtual Classroom, right, and you're going to see a list of meetings, right? Right now there's no meeting at all, but there are meetings that you can find right here, right, in the Virtual Classroom, and, every day or every weekday, not on Saturday and Sunday, but from 2 to 3, right, you can just drop by, right, click on the Virtual Classroom, right, it'll say join, it'll ask you permission to use your microphone and everything like that. You can also type, so every day you can jump in, ask me questions, and everything like that, right? So those virtual classrooms are just your opportunity. Like if you have a question about the videos or about an assignment or about a reading or about anything in the class, right? You can just drop by and ask me questions, right? So you don't have to go every day, but whenever you have questions, I'll be available to answer them. As you please, right? So that is how it'll work, right? So in summary, morning video, right, and then afternoon is going to be questions and answers, right? There are also going to be seminars, which I'll talk about in a moment, right? But that's how the virtual classroom part of it will work, right? So even today, right, on the second or on the first day here, if you have any questions about the syllabus or about grammar or about anything, right, you can just drop by 2 to 3 o'clock in the virtual classroom, and again, you just click there, right, virtual classroom, and you will be able to come and talk to me. All right, so that's the virtual classroom part. So let's talk about the actual course. So this is grade 12 university, right? It is the hardest high school English class that you can take, right? It is the course that is meant to prepare you to go to one of the province's wonderful universities, be it York University, Ryerson, or University of Toronto, where I went, right? So this is the whole idea of this whole thing is after you're finished this course, right, which is not too long from now, right, it's July 29th, right, you're supposed to be able to walk out of this course and walk into one of our universities and be ready to go, right? So this is going to be a course that is meant to sort of let you show me that you're ready to do that, right? Because you can read the course description and everything for yourself, but universities, once you're there, I can tell you there are going to be no more English classes for you at university unless you go into literature studies or something like that. The assumption that universities have when you walk in the door is that you know how to do, an essay, know how to write reflections, and know how to do basically everything already, right? So this might very well be the last English course you ever take in your entire life, right? So just so you know. Anyway, so the course is going to be quick, and I'm just going to jump down to the calendar here to tell you what we're going to be doing. So basically, you've got 4 strands in the English course, right? Which consists of writing, reading, media, and oral presentation. So let's see how we're going to do this, right? So first thing that's going to happen is you're going to have to write 2 reflection pieces, right? That's what's going to be starting tomorrow, right? Is you're going to have these 2 reflection pieces based on issues happening around the world, right? Specifically, there'll be one reflection piece on COVID-19, and there'll be another one about guns in our society, right? So they're going to be two reflection pieces, right? One will be given to you tomorrow, the other one will be given to you on Wednesday, right? And both of them will be handed in separately by Thursday, right? A reflection piece is something that you'll have to do in university a lot, right? It's basically when you write a page reaction, usually about 1 or 2 paragraphs long, to a specific issue, right? And it has to be in MLA format. We'll talk about that tomorrow, and it has to be properly formatted and everything like that. So I'm going to give you a couple of articles to read, right, starting tomorrow, and you'll write these reaction pieces, and I'll also post a video explaining how to write these reaction pieces. So that'll be step 1, right? And it's going to be coming at you again starting tomorrow. Step 2 is going to be our seminars, right? So on Fridays, normally, right, I might change the dates here and there depending on how we're doing. But for now, on Fridays, we're going to be having our seminar group discussions, right? So instead of me just being available to answer questions, I'm going to be inviting the whole class to come on July 10th and July 17th, right, to essentially talk about the issues that are raised in the class, right? So think of this as a sort of classroom discussion kind of thing, right? It's not an oral presentation like you might be used to doing in an actual physical classroom. What it is I will invite you guys to come and, our we'll talk about some of the things we've been doing in class, right? So, the for instance, this week we're going to be talking about COVID-19 and the assault weapons ban. So in the seminar discussion this Friday, right, you can expect me to ask, well, what did everyone think? Should Canada make masks a legal requirement for everyone or not, right? So I'll ask that kind of question, and you guys will have the opportunity to answer me, right, over your microphone or your phone or whatever you use to come on. And that's how you will sort of participate. So those two seminar discussions are I'll be watching who's talking, who's making good points, who's participating, right? I'll be sort of watching you do that, right? And seeing who sort of is putting themselves forward into these discussions. And based on your performance on these two seminars, right, I will give you an oral communication mark, right? So that's how that's going to work. Next week, we'll be doing short stories, right? The way it's going to work is we can't really do a test in this setting, right? Because how am I going to do a test, right? You guys aren't in a classroom, right? So if I set a test, you're not going to be able to you can all cheat, right? So instead of a test, right, there's going to be basically, I'll give you a short story every day, right? You'll read it, and then there'll be a response answer that you'll give, right? Which will generally be about 6 or 7 sentences long, right? Something around there. But you're basically going to respond to this question that I ask about a short story. And we're going to do 3 short stories in total, right? The first one is actually going to be posted on Friday, right after or maybe even before our seminar discussion, right? So that is what you will do after that, right? So in the next week and a half, right, you've got basically 2 reaction pieces, right? 250 words each, right? 2 seminars, one this Friday, one next Friday. And also you will have short story analyses, which will come 3 in all, and each of them will be about 6 to 7 sentences, right? So that's what you can expect over the next week and a bit. After that, we're going to be moving straight into essays, right? So week 2 won't even be finished yet, but we'll be jumping straight into essays right away, right? Because first of all, we'll read a longer short story. It's about, I think, 12 pages long, something like that. But we'll read a longer short story called Gravel, right? And you'll be doing two things. First of all, that essay will have to be in MLA format. So I'm going to give you a very short and hopefully pretty easy assignment on how to use MLA format, right? So there'll be that, right, which we'll have on July 17th, right? That shouldn't be, I don't think that'll take you guys too long. But then our first essay will be done, right? And that first essay is going to be on a short story called Gravel, and it's going to be 1,000 words long. All right, so it'll be 1,000 word essay that you guys put together for me, right? It'll be based on the short story, and what I'll be looking for in that one is number one, for you to show me that you know how to use essay structure, right? So how to, put together different ideas and everything like that, right? So you've got to show me that, and I'm also going to be looking for proper MLA format. Uh, that will be done, right, by Monday, July 20th, hopefully, right? And after that, we're going to be jumping straight into the final leg of the course, which will be the Shakespeare play Othello, right? So Othello is a Shakespeare play. I'll be posting, you know what, you'll find a PDF of it already on the website, right? So just go into content and I'll post it there. So for Othello, you're going to have a few things to do, right? So first, you're going to have to do short responses to specific scenes, similar to the short story analysis question. So it'll be 6 or 7 sentences about Othello, right? That's going to all be happening in week 3, right? July 21st to July 23rd. So I'd love to do more, but unfortunately, there's not much time. There'll be a seminar on Othello, right? Maybe more than one if we can squeeze it in. And then week 4, right? This is, by the way, the end. You're going to have your final essay, right? Which is going to be an essay based on Othello with student-selected topics. So what I mean by a student-selected topic is this essay is going to be a little different from maybe what you're used to, because this essay is going to be you picking a question, right? So you'll be the one who decides, I want to write about this, or I want to answer this question or that question. The reason I do it that way is because often you'll find that you have to do that in university, right? You'll be the one who has to sort of direct your own learning once you get to the university level. So that's why I do that way. That is due on July 29th, right? And that will be the end of the course. So it's a good amount of things to do, right, in a very short period of time. But what you'll find is that if you're logging into this website every day and you're getting your reaction pieces done every day, right, and or getting your work done every day, right, watching the videos and coming to me for questions, if you have any, in the tutorial time, right in the virtual classroom, then what you'll find is that you can keep up and you can do this very well. But if you are in a position where, you don't do certain things on time, right? Maybe you sort of decide, oh, I'm going to take 3 days off, or I want to go to with my family to the cottage for a long weekend or something like that, right? And you start to miss days, then you're going to find that you fall behind, and you're going to find that there is no time to catch up, right? So let me emphasize, this is a time-intensive course, right? It's in a very short period of time, right? This is not the easiest, it's the hardest English course that's in the high school curriculum, and you need to give it your time, right? So it might sound a bit overwhelming with all this stuff in the abstract here, but you can do it just as long as you stay on top of everything, right? If you start to fall behind, then it's going to be a disaster. Okay, a couple of other things here. So first of all, there's no face-to-face exam, right? So the way your marks are going to work is readings things, which are basically your response questions, right? Things like the short story analysis questions and the Othello analysis questions. Those are your reading marks. They're worth 25%, right? Your writing marks, which are basically your reflection pieces, your essay, and your reflection pieces, your essay, and the MLA assignment. Those are your writing marks. They're worth another 25%. Media. Oh wait, no. The reaction pieces are media, right? So those are worth 10%. Your seminars, right, are worth 10%, right, for your oral communication, right? So participation in the seminars counts for that. And then your final CPT, which is this essay, right? The final essay is worth 30%, right? So that last essay, right, is worth 30% of your grade. It's worth a lot. Make sure you do well on it. So that's the way this thing is going to work. So, a couple of things before I wrap up and send you to the grammar video. So, first of all, I want you guys to do two things. The first thing is I want you to go to the content tab here in this the website, right? And you're going to click on number 1, Introduction to the Course, and you're going to just click here, and you're going to see there's a survey that I've posted, right? Student survey, right? So just click on that, and it asks you a couple of questions. Oh, I should put Brightspace there instead of Google Classroom. I'll edit it. But, it's just going to ask you some basic questions about you so that I know who you are, right? So this isn't for marks or anything, but please go and fill out the student survey so that you can, be a part of the class, right? So that's step 1. Hold on. Step 2 is I'm going to post a video below this one, right? So you'll see one video and then a second one on this post. And you are going to watch the second video, which will be a long-haired version of me talking about some of the things I want to see about grammar, right? And I'll talk about this in the video, but you guys should know that when it comes to grammar, right, you guys are in grade 12 university, right? And this is a 3-week course. You should know that my assumption going into this course is that you guys already know how to use a comma, right? And that you guys already know how to, put together a sentence and, where the period goes, when to capitalize, all of that stuff you should know already. So if you don't, then please watch the grammar video. Even if you think you do, watch the grammar video so that we can make sure we're all on the same page. I'm also going to include a link to just some basic grammar exercises. So if there's one area that you're sort of curious about, then feel free to just, do those little grammar tests. Make sure you know what you're doing, right? Because if you don't, you're going to be having some difficulties. Now, one other thing, over on the side here, right, in the course information thing, there's this little thing here about TDSB academic honesty, right? So let's click there. Let's see what it gives us. It gives us a PDF, right? And it's a whole thing. Look, what this is all about is that TDSB has a very strict policy on plagiarism, right? So let's see here. Plagiarism is defined as the use or close imitation of the language and thoughts of another without attribution in order to represent them as one's original work. It can take many forms, including the following: submitting an essay assignment written by someone else. Example, buying an essay online, downloading an essay from a website, having someone else complete one's assignment, or copying or using work including homework done by another student, piecing together material from one or several sources and adding only linking sentences, quoting or paraphrasing material without citing the source of that material, including but not limited to books, magazines, journals, websites, newspapers, television programs, radio programs, movies, videos, photographers, and drawings in print or electric form, copying and pasting from the internet or other electronic source sites without citing the source, and omitting quotation marks for direct quotations even if the sources have been cited. So that's what plagiarism is. It's basically when you take something that's not yours and you say that it is, right? Whether intentionally or unintentionally. And let me just tell you about this website a bit, right? This whole Brightspace thing that we're using. So, all of your assignments, and I'll talk about your assignments in a moment, are enabled with something called, let me just show you, this thing, turnitin.com, right? Turnitin is a resource used by the TDSB. It's also used by most universities. And what Turnitin does, just so you know, right, because this is an electronic course, right, is it scans everything you submit into the system, right? So when you submit your reflections to me, when you submit your anything to me, right, it's going to get scanned by Turnitin. And what Turnitin does is it tells me immediately, right, if you have taken any material from the internet. So if you decide, this is a hard course, man, well, you got to do so much work in 3.5 weeks. I'm just going to copy something off of Wikipedia, or I'm going to copy something off, gradesaver.com or SparkNotes, and this teacher is never going to know because how could he ever know? You should know that I'll know without even reading it. Because if this thing taps you and it says, hey, this is taken from here, then you plagiarized, you're done. You're out of here. All right? So I give zeros for plagiarism, right? No ands, ifs, or buts about it, right? I had a couple of students crying to me last quad because they got zero on their final exam or they got zero on their major essay, right? But look, guys, this is a university preparation course. You can't go to university as a plagiarist. If you plagiarize with me, you're going to get a zero. You should know if you plagiarize with the universities, then you're going to get more than a zero. You're going to end up in front of an academic tribunal. You're going to be expelled from the university. And not only that, that university will spread your name to every North American academic institution and tell them this guy's a cheater or this girl's a cheater. Don't let them in. So never ever copy and paste anything. We're going to be talking about citation either tomorrow or the day after, probably tomorrow. And we're going to be making sure we know what we're doing with that, right? Because it's a serious infraction in the university system. All right, so you should know all of your stuff automatically scanned by Brightspace. Now, just so you know, the way it works is your assignments are kept here, right under the assignments tab, and you'll be submitting them through the website, right, which isn't very hard. Here, let's talk a little bit more about that. So, reflection assignment number 1, right, should be posted already under the assignments tab right here, right, so just click over there, and they should be able to see reflection assignment number 1. I will be posting a video tomorrow detailing exactly how you're supposed to write a reflection, but if you'd like to get ahead, right, go ahead and take a look at it. The topic of the reflection is going to be something interesting, which is consider the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Should the government mandate the use of masks in all public spaces, i.e. buses, malls, schools, stores, etc.? Explain your reasoning behind this position and consider questions about enforcement, i.e. what should the penalty for not wearing a mask be, etc. Cite any secondary material you employ. So I'll make a full video tomorrow about how to write a reflection, right? And that should hopefully be helpful to you. But if you want to get started, what I would do is I would start to read some of these articles that you see there about, how this issue is going, right? And if you want, you can get ahead and start to write these things, right? But tomorrow is when I will be giving the full details of how to write this. I was told not to give you guys too much work on the first day. So, nevertheless, that is basically what I wanted to say now. So, please take a look at the grammar post below and take a look at the grammar website. And I will be in the virtual classroom today at 2 o'clock. If you want to say hi to me, right, just pop by and say hello and, talk to me about whatever it is you want to talk about, then sure. If you have any questions about the course, if you want to just introduce yourself, or if you want to tell me anything about what's sort of concerning you in the class, then feel free to drop by. So I'll be there every day, 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and I hope that you guys will drop by and I hope that you guys do well in this course, right? It's going to be quick, but hopefully you will gain some enjoyment out of it. So, until tomorrow, I guess, or until 2 o'clock, I will see you guys next time.